Hello Total War fans, and welcome to this guide in which you will learn 6 ways of getting more bronze in Total War Troy. This is one of the rarer resources which is primarily used for unit recruitment and upkeep of armies. Now I'm going to show you all the ways you can get more of it, and then we'll go over each one in more detail. When your campaign is in full swing, you can get more bronze by sacking cities and getting a single large sum. You can also raid regions rich in bronze and gain a lot of it each next turn as income, or simply by conquering new settlements and constructing the bronze production buildings. You can also spend a lot of turns trying to enact the royal decrees, which will give you a clean and permanent bonus to bronze production each turn. But at the start of a new campaign, these decrees are many turns away, so you will need to successfully finish missions to gain bronze from rewards. Another easy and instantly available way to get bronze at the start of a new campaign is to trade your other resources for it, namely food. My name is Peter, and for those of you who are new to my channel, I want to welcome you and tell you about my playlist full of helpful and informational videos about Troy, which you can find up here on the right and in the description below. Now let us look more closely at raiding. To even be able to raid a settlement rich in bronze, you have to have an army set to the raiding stance in that region. You do this by changing the army stance when you click on this icon here and choose the raid stance. A cool thing about raiding is that you do not even have to go to war with another faction to raid their lands, but you can be sure that your relations with them are going to suffer, and there are some negative effects for the raiding army as well. But if you do manage to get a raiding army to a bronze-rich settlement, you can reap all the resource rewards of owning it without actually conquering it each turn you continue to raid that region. Of course, if you do not wish to damage relations with friendly or neutral factions, you can find some other ones that you are at war with, and you can straight up attack them and sack their cities to get more bronze. This loot you can get by sacking these cities is a one-time large sum you can make off it, but there is nothing preventing you from coming back some turns later and sacking it again for even more bronze. Besieging settlements with high walls is no easy feat, and this is why it is going to be a subject of one of my next videos. I will link it up here and in the description below once it's finished. The last and most permanent option when it comes to bronze producing settlements is to conquer them, construct the bronze production buildings, and let the people living there produce all the bronze you want in peace and quiet. There are several building chains you can upgrade to get more bronze the more resources you invest in the building up of that settlement. The only problem is that those settlements are rare and far between, so you might end up going to war a lot if you want to conquer them all. In case waging all those wars and battles is giving you trouble, I have a perfect video for you where you can learn all the basics of army command and unit combat. Link is up here and in the description below. Now please don't mind me reminding you to hit that like button below if you are enjoying this video, and write a comment about what gives you most trouble in Troy, or even subscribe if you would like to watch more similar videos. Since these first 3 ways of getting more bronze are dependent on large armies, warfare, and work mostly for mid and late game, let's look at 3 peaceful ways of getting more bronze during your campaign. The first thing you can do when you start a new campaign is to ask your allies for gifts of bronze. If they won't gift you any, then you can just ask them to trade and you can give them some food for it. Just as I explained in the previous video about how to get more wood, here we follow the same steps. Press the number key 7 to open up the diplomacy screen. Sort the factions according to the positive attitude towards you, then click on them one by one down the list until you find one which has bronze marked in red. This means that they have plenty of it and are willing to trade for it cheaply. Start your negotiations, ask for some bronze, counter with what you have the most of and need the least, and add it until the indicator turns green and it's set to 0.0. Offer the trade and accept the deal. The second peaceful way of getting more bronze is by pressing the number key 8 and going into the Royal Decrees menu. Here you can choose to declare a Royal Decree called Royal Bronze to get a flat production bonus each turn, and later, down the line, you can also declare the Gold for Bronze Royal Decree and increase the income that you get per turn. And finally, we get to the last way of getting more bronze, which is completing missions. These are mostly peaceful, except for the fact that sometimes they are asking you to make war on other factions to get those rewards. While the first few missions are less hostile to other nations, they also provide less bronze as rewards. Later in the game, as you get more warmongering missions, they will also come with higher bronze payouts for completing them. And those would be the 6 ways you can get more bronze in Troy. My next videos are going to focus on winning siege battles, explanations of different game mechanics, and more guides as requested by you, my viewers. Thank you for watching and enjoy your Total Wars.